Hello, my name is Ashley, this is Faithful Rattos, and welcome back. So in today's video, I am doing a cleaning video, which is so heavily requested, which is so interesting to me because I find them so stressful to film, but I thought I would, give in and give you one this time. My general cleaning routine is hammock and litter trays every week or so, and then every 6 to 8 weeks I do a deep clean and mostly sort of rearranging the whole entire cage. Fully cleaning and rearranging the cage can be quite stressful for rats, and I have recently paired one of my does, Marissa, for her second litter, and I just wanted to avoid as much stress as possible during pregnancy to hopefully have the most healthy litter. So I decided that it wasn't appropriate for a full cage layout change around and deep clean. What I decided to do, as the cage was needing to be cleaned, was a refresh, to take out the things that definitely needed to be cleaned, to wipe down things that needed to be wiped down, and that I was going to do the litter trays and the hammocks on a different day. I did it a couple of days before because then there is still a lot of scent in the cage. So here you've just seen me taking out the things that needed to be taken out, and this is generally how I clean off items from the cage. If it's wooden, big, some like that, I will get them in the shower, rinse them off and soak them in hot water and white vinegar. This is my tried and true method of getting my wooden items clean, getting them smelling fresh, especially if they've been coated in pee. I do try to make sure that my wooden items, where possible and where they are the type that get soaked in pee, that they are treated with something to protect the wood. This little bed perch thing that I'd gotten unfortunately wasn't, so it did need a good long soak, and I chose to, after I'd rinsed it off in the bathtub with the shower on the highest pressure setting, that I soaked it in the sink with the hot water and white vinegar. Usually when it comes to a big clean out, I'll do this in the bathtub with all of the items, but I just didn't feel like filling up a whole bathtub just for this tiny little thing. I didn't think it was very much necessary. Then for the fabric items, I have this nice wash bag. I think it's like made for horses or dogs or something, that I put everything in, and I wash that in the washing machine with unscented bio and obviously white vinegar, my best friend. So here I am again with my white vinegar spray, which is 50% vinegar, 50% water, spraying any of the items that needed it and wiping them down. I'm also going to do a bit of a refresh in the soil. Because the doe's cage doesn't have as much soil as the buck's cage does, it often dries out much quicker, so I spend a lot of time watering that soil. I love bioactive, I wouldn't change it for the world. My does especially are very, very busy inside the soil all of the time, and most of the dirt around the cage isn't sort of the cage being soiled by them, it's actually the soil from the bottom of the cage that gets, ground into all the surfaces because it's on their feet. The biggest job is obviously making sure that it stays watered, which is really important, and making sure that it stays healthy, that the cleanup crew are doing well, and that there's no sort of mischief going on in the soil. I do have lots of videos on my channel specifically about bioactive, my experience and how to set up a bioactive cage. Now here you can see that some of the branches that are easily wipeable, the Java branches, are especially good for this. I will just use my spray, my white vinegar and water to clean these branches off. They don't necessarily need to come out of the cage. And because I didn't want to change the layout and I didn't want to stress Marissa out too much, this is the middle ground that I chose to do this time. It's my plan that in a month or so, when she is out with her kittens, hopefully that works out, that when she's out with her kittens, I will do a full deep clean on the girl's cage then, so that it's not stressing her out during pregnancy, because that is a very, very vulnerable time. I also chose to do this in week 2 of her pregnancy, which is the safest time during pregnancy to do anything that is going to possibly stress them out. Rats are pregnant for about 3 weeks, 21 to 23 days, and the first week and the third week are the most dangerous times for stress-related problems, and so it's generally advised not to do anything stressful during that time. So if a doe has been sent out to be mated, that the aim is to get her moved during that second week when it's the safest to do so. I wasn't planning to do this second litter for Marissa, but I was just thinking about my options for my future generations after I'd actually made my recap and plans for 2026 video, and I realised that I really, really, really would benefit from having a Siamese doe this time around. And because of the chances of getting Siamese out next time with the pairings I had in planned, the chances of Siamese coming out were pretty low, and the chances of it being a doe were obviously even lower because it's 50-50 doe and buck. So I decided that it would be the best option to try Marissa for a second litter now because of that. And I also was trying to see whether Sophanax's small litter was something to do with her or something to do with Burdock. So I chose to pair Marissa with Burdock. If she has a small litter, then perhaps there is something going on with Burdock and his fertility. If she has a normal sized litter, then we know that either it was a Sophanax problem or perhaps it was just one of those things and it was just a small litter. Rat Dad also does help me with all of the jobs when it comes to the rats. As you can see here, he's doing some hoovering and helping me move things because I injured my finger on a mandolin and had to go to the hospital, so it was pretty sore. So I did have my little helper helping me out. He does help me out quite a lot with the rats. I'm very lucky. I don't think I could do all of this by myself, and I am really shocked that people do cage cleanings by themselves completely because I could not do it. So now I am just going in with some new ropes because that's mostly what I took out of the cage was dirty ropes. So I'm putting in some new ropes. I chose a new basket to go in as well and a couple of fun little extras to go into the cage. This basket I haven't had inside of a cage ever before, even though I've had it for years. So I thought, why not give it to them this time? Had a bit of a struggle getting it in that gap, but we eventually got it in. I do love using random things for the rat's cage that was absolutely not designed for a rat's cage. General household things that are made of safe materials, wine racks, baskets like this that were not made for rats, or even the IKEA tie holders. But I also love using things from small businesses. That is my absolute favourite. I will always recommend small businesses or sort of medium-sized businesses over the big corporations like Amazon, and especially places like Temu and Shein, because these places there's very little regulatory behaviour that they're under, and you just don't know. And I'm not really a fan of supporting those massive corporations when I know there's many wonderful rat people who are trying to make a living from their shop, and I can support them with where I purchase my items, and I know they're going to be safe. I know they're going to be good for my rats. So yeah, when people ask for recommendations, my recommendations is always small businesses. And if you are on Instagram, you can see them. I often tag on Instagram, but also if you are a member of Rat Care UK, we have Saturday Market every first Saturday of the month, where we invite people who are participating in the group to share their businesses and their, little side projects and stuff, which is really nice to see. And I'm always looking for new shops to support. So if you are a small business and are not in Rat Care UK, join Rat Care UK, get involved in the community, and then once a month you are able to advertise your business. By this point in the video, my hands were definitely getting sore, and my finger especially was really throbbing. I had to take some pain medication after filming this video. I was just winding this piece of rope around the cage to fill in any of the gaps that were left from some of the items that I've taken out. I love using big lengths of rope like this for this purpose exactly. I've not used them in a while, so it was nice to get it out again and just go around the cage winding and pretty much be done very soon. Yeah, I have sort of run out of things to say, but it's good because we're at the end of the video here. So I'm just going to get some fresh water. That was me asking Rat Dad to fill them up, which he did ever so wonderfully for me. And I just take out the old muddy water into the mud. It's always helpful. Then I was putting this cool little spray holder that I got from Northern Pirates. Originally, I got them for the new budgies, and I also got some for the rats as well. So that is the fresh water bowls going into the cage. Obviously, they get fresh water regularly, but now is just a good time to do it for today. So here is me just doing some last minute finishing touches, adding some hay into this cool little orb and into the other tray. When I was editing this video, I came to realise that I actually doxed myself with the hay box, so you didn't get me to see me taking it out of the box because I doxed myself, so that's great. And then here is Rat Dad helping me out with a bit of hoovering after the cage was all done and everything was put away, and the girls were very, very ready to escape their cleaning cage and get back into their cage and have a great time exploring. They are so crazy and adventurous that there's me getting pruned back into the cage, but they're wonderful and I hope they enjoy their new cage. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do stick around and subscribe and all the things, and I shall see you and we shall see you in the next video. Bye!